Hello everybody and welcome back to the Big Joey channel. Today we're going to be doing top 5 mid laners. So again, this is going to be like the other two top 5s. It's going to be really easy mid laners to do. They're safe picks. You're not going to get beat as badly if you fall behind, and these still offer good viability in team fights. So let's jump in right into number 5. Number 5, Raw. So with Raw, he pretty much does a little bit of everything. He has a line ability, so it's easy, makes it easier for you to clear. He has an area, which gives you a slow. And it also increases your movement speed with his passive. His 3 is a heal, so also you're going to get the heals, and it gives protections now. His 4 is basic snipe. You're going to get, have an ability. It's just a straight line attack as well. And his passive is pretty much just every time he uses an ability, his movement speed is increased. So you're going to get a max of 18%. So pretty much, use your abilities as you please. If you need to get out of fights, use your 1, drop your 2, drop your 3, just drop them all, and then you get the 18% movement speed. Get out of the fight. Simple to use. Can't really mess them up. Good for sustain. Good for pushing. Number 4, Poseidon. Also on that list of simple to use gods, we have Poseidon. Also like Raw, his 1, boom. It is a line ability. You're going to be able to hit you're going to be able to hit the whole creep wave with it. It's going to knock everything back. His 2 is a self buff. It's going to increase your movement speed and your base damage per hit. So if you like to fire off autos, maybe you're in a fight, abilities down, boom, pop your 2. Get some hits off. His 3 is a ground attack, whirlpool. So pretty much, if you're gonna just drop it, it cripples enemies, prevents movement abilities, and it's gonna pull everything towards the middle. Really easy. Also for engaging. Say you have certain assassins that go off of movement abilities. Say you see a nemesis coming at you, boom, drop it in front of her. And that brings us to his ultimate. It's another ground attack. Release the Kraken. Simple ult, drop it after you've comboed it, maybe with your whirlpool. Simple as that. You're going to do a lot of damage. Easy for clearing out easy to clear out squishy targets. As for his passive is changing tides. So pretty much, your movement speed increases, and your abilities do additional damage as his tide level increases. So pretty much it will increase as you hit basic attacks, but it will decrease as you use abilities. Simple as that. Really easy to use. Number 3, Chang'e. Chang'e is really simple mage to use as well. Her 1 is just an arc ability. It's going to give you movement speed when you use it. Her 2 is a self and ally, and it's an immunity. Let's say you're about to get hit by something big, boom, you pop it, you immunity'd it. Her 3 is going to be a heal and an anti-heal. So you're going to reduce healing at 50%, but you're also going to be healing. Also does damage. Her 4, really basic. It's a line ability with a stun, but also for each god you hit, it adds another second. So if you're able to line up a 5, boom, that's a 5-second stun. And her passive is really useful in Conquest, just in the fact that you could send it back to buy an item at a time. So instead of having to recall back, you send your rabbit back and buy items. So that's going to be number 3. Number 2, list of safe gods, Hades. Now Hades has seen a lot of changes lately, but right now how he is he's pretty easy to use. He has high defense, and he has great sustain. So right off the back, his 1 is a leap. Even though you are going underground, it's still going to count as a leap. So you are vulnerable to a Wheelix ult. So always be sure of that you're not facing in a Wheelix, or her ult's down. So her 1 is at base, it's just a leap. 2 is Shroud of Darkness, which is a cone ability. It's a silence. 3, Devour Souls, is a heal. And it's actually a detonation damage also. 4, Pillars of Agony. It is an area ability where you will pull in enemies to you. Really good way to burn beads.
It also will reduce their protections, but it also offers protections. You're going to get an extra 100 protections at max level. And its passive is Blight. So Blight is pretty much when you deal damage to an enemy, they will become blighted. So once they become blighted, each ability does an additional effect. So the one, when blighted, will apply a slow. Also, the one also applies blight. 2, when if the enemy is blighted, they are feared, but it also applies a blight if they're not blighted. 3, when you blight them, this consumes blight, and that's how you heal. So it's kind of risk and reward. If you go in with your 1, you blight, you apply so they don't have any blight, boom, hit them with your 1, blight them, and then you have to really choose if you want to heal or fear them and silence them. Simple as that. And I'd say number 1 would have to be Giannis. And Giannis he's not too bad to use. His first ability is Portal, so you're just going to drop a portal on the floor, simple as that. You could fall through it, so it's easy you could use it to escape. You could put it onto walls to go to the other side. All of that, simple to use. His 2 is a line ability. I think this is maybe his hardest ability to hit because as the name states, unstable vortex. It is a line ability, but it's going to shoot out 2 abilities, essentially, 2 kind of Giannis things, Giannis magic. So it does good damage. It's a pretty solid move, easy to clear wave with. 3, his threshold. What it does is you pretty much pop it down. It could act as a slow for enemies or movement speed for you. It also triggers your passive. His ultimate is super useful. So it's a global line, and what it is it goes through walls. So say you're in the carry lane, you need to get to the solo. Well, you can get halfway to the solo lane. Boom, you shoot your ult straight through. Makes it really easy to rotate to lanes, especially because you're playing mid. So you have the ability to rotate to any lane almost instantly as long as you have the ult. Really useful pick to have on the team. And it's passage. So pretty much when you go through a portal or the threshold, you get additional magic scaling on your next ability. So that's going to be 15%. So like you use your 1, you go through it, then you pop an ult. So instead of 50% of your magical power, it's going to be 65. And then plus the distance scaling. So that's going to be number 1. Honorable mention, Sylla. Sylla is a really strong, easy to use mage. The only reason she didn't make the list is because really she's great for team fighting. She has good setup, but she's easy to get picked on. Her 3 is really her only escape, but it also counts as a leap, so you can get pulled. Her 1 is a Sikkim, so it's going to be a line ability. At max rank, it cripples roots the first enemy it hits. At max rank, you're going to hit an additional 2 enemies next to you. So it's really good for tight places. Her 2 is a crush, pretty much a ground ability. You could detonate it whenever you want. At max range, it does magical protection reduction and slows. Her 3 also, pretty much you just want to get it. You only have to really upgrade it once, but it acts as its passive. You get MP5 from it, and it gives you vision. Her ultimate, I'm a monster. Simple, you turn into a monster, become CC immune for the next 6 seconds, you gain movement speed, and you pretty much ground strike. If you kill an enemy, you recharge it. So essentially, as long as you kill an enemy, you get to do it again. And her passive ability, Quick Learner, every time you max out ability, you gain an extra 20 power. So you get an extra 80 power at max level. Sylla, solid god also. And another honorable mention, Newwall. Super easy to use. But she's really limited in damage, is really what keeping her off the list. Her 1 is a lion ability. It's also ground. So pretty much you send off a fog. You could hide in the fog. It increases your speed. 2, you have clay soldiers. What it does is essentially just summons a clay soldier. At max rank, you will summon 3 clay soldiers. Really good for diving towers and tanking the tower hits. Number 3, shining metal, another line attack. If you hit clay soldiers, it will cause them to explode, which will also stun the enemies.
Number 4, a global ult. Fire shard, essentially, Newwall will go up into the air and hit every enemy on the map. Kind of, it's an okay ability. Easy for if an enemy gets away with low health, go up, hit them with that. And her passive, Strength of Wood. After 5 basic attacks, the next basic attack will root. So if you're really into autoing, so auto somebody 4 times, and then on the 5th one, it will root them. That's Newwall. So that is going to be it for this episode of Top 5. So it's going to be Top 5 mid laners. As always, if you like what I'm doing, if you find it useful, like it, subscribe, tell your friends about me. If you don't agree with my choices, maybe leave your own top 5 in the comments. Hopefully this helps. That's what I'm really aiming to do, because you know, Smite is just one of those games that just has a tougher learning curve. So I want to help people that really want to get into Conquest. So as always, thanks for watching this video, and this is Big Joey signing off.